Hello. I just wanted to get on here and explain something that is in one of my lessons in the program that I share. It's the lesson on the terror barrier. This is all about fear and what happens when fear hits. So I want to explain this to you because it might help make some more sense. And when you have some understanding about this and awareness, it really puts the power back in your hands because you totally get what's going on at the time inside of you. So I've done a bit of a drawing here and I'm going to explain what this is about. So most people are living their lives in a state of bondage. It's a state where people are feeling stuck. They're just doing the same thing every day over and over and over again. So they what we call have X ideas. They're in their subconscious mind, they have X type ideas. So this is like X conditioning and X conditioning in their subconscious mind. So there's no conflict here. Their body goes into X type action and they get X type results. So this is the state most people are in. But what happens when somebody comes up with a Y idea? They come up with a Y idea. Okay, so they implant this new idea. It could be start a new business or get a new job or buy a new house, buy an investment property, just doing something really different, meeting a new partner. Like it could be anything that's different to what's over here, all right, the way they have been living. So what they do is they plant this Y idea in here, but they've still got the X conditioning, right? So it's just an idea. That's all it is at the moment. They've got X conditioning. They're still going to get X results. Because all it is something they've thought about. They've just thought, maybe I'd like to change jobs, change my career, or buy a new car, buy a new house, meet somebody new. They've had an idea, right? This is still okay. This is where they're in a reasoning state. You know, they're in reason. So they're weighing, you're not really weighing it up, but they've come up with the idea. And it's like, oh, this could be good, but it's still just an idea. Then what might happen if they take that idea a little bit further and think, what if I do that? You know, and they really start to entertain the idea. So they come into the Y idea. They've still got X type thinking. What happens, because their programming is still in an X, you know, they're still in that X type programming inside their subconscious mind, they start to get into an XY, like fear comes up, right? They start to get emotionally involved. So what happens is a bit of fear comes up. You know, what's going to change? What'll be different? What if it doesn't work? And, you know, a whole lot of stuff can come up from this old programming, the old conditioning of the way they used to live. You know, what if it doesn't work? What if, you know, something that failed in the past, you know, what if it failed again? What if I run out of money? Where am I going to find, you know, the new job? What if I don't get an interview? What if I don't, you know, so it's all about these what ifs, all these thoughts, that limiting thoughts come through, and it puts the body in a really, a state of fear, right? A state of fear, what we call the terror barrier. So it's the terror barrier, right? A real state of fear. I'll put it fear. Because everything, we look through our senses, everything that's going on in the past, what's happened to us, you know, and all of our beliefs that we've had hold us back in the past all come into play now. And it causes us to get into this state of fear, this state of doubt, worry. All the doubt comes in, all those thoughts of all the doubt, all the worry of what could go wrong. And we get into this fear, this state of fear, right? What normally happens is from here, the fear overtakes us. And, this is like the terror barrier is here. If it's feeling like a brick wall, what we do is we bounce right off there and go all the way back to here. And we make up every excuse we can think of. It wasn't going to work anyway. There's no way I'd find the money. This is safer where I am now. Actually, I like where I am now. It's okay. And we just go back to the normal and go back to bondage, and we stay here. This is called the comfort zone. I start to call it the uncomfortable zone as time goes on, because it's not a nice place to be eventually when you go back there too many times. But, the more times you go back there, the more times you tend to go back there. But what if, you started looking at all the things that would be good about this new idea and the business and how much money you're going to make, and you really push yourself and you stay persistent. You make that decision that you're going to go right through and make it happen. You go right through the terror barrier and you end up having freedom. You end up in freedom. So this is freedom. This is you with your new idea has come to fruition. You've implanted it so much into your subconscious mind that you are now acting this why idea out. And your results are the why idea. And you are now living this. It's happened. You've bounced through that terror barrier. Because you know what this terror barrier is, really? It's not a brick wall. It feels like it. Sometimes it even feels like you're jumping off a cliff, or the lion is coming to get you. But what this really is just thought. It's just thought. But a lot of people talk themselves out of it. They have excuses and they go back here. But if you go through this terror barrier, you are going to end up in freedom. And you know what's over here? Happiness. Everything you desired. Everything you desired. You've got happiness, joy, and loving your life all over here through that terror barrier. When you do this, you just feel absolutely amazing, but a lot of the time we give it up to fear, worry, and doubt, which is just a psychic disease. It's just all in our head, in our mind, in our thought, in your mindset. And people who are stuck there end up going back here and they stay there. But if you go right through that terror barrier, you're going to go right through to freedom and live in happiness, in joy, doing what you really want to do, living your life how you want to live it. But don't think it just stops there, because your Y type idea then becomes your new bondage, because you're going to come up with new ideas that are bigger and better and greater than that. And the more you practice this, going through the terror barrier, knowing that this is only thought, it's really only thought. I just thought. That's all it is. If you go through there and do it again and again and again, it gets easier. Well, it can get harder, but it gets easier because on the other side, you've experienced it already. And it gets better and better and better. And you get stronger and stronger and more confident and happier and happier. But this is just the understanding of what the terror barrier really is. And once you know this and you can apply it into your life and you can really grasp hold of this and study this again and again and again and go over it again and again, you will start to see how easy this is to go through. And it ends up being like nothing, because success is so much better than this living over here. back here where you used to be. How about that? You know, so fear, doubt, and worry is just a psychic disease, and it's something that we make up. Living over here in freedom is just such a better place to be, and you can do it. You can do it when you know and have this understanding of this process. So go over this again and again and again, and really get to learn about this terror barrier and what fear is, and how much better it is to live in freedom than in bondage. You know, this is that mouse wheel that most people are in, and it's not fun. I knew, I was there. I tell you, it's so much better over here. And, you know, growing and growing, it just gets so much more exciting. So I really hope this helps. In lesson 7 about the terror barrier and fear, trample the terror barrier. This is the way. This is the way through. So I hope this helps. And yeah, you take care. Enjoy your day. Sue Thomas, creating magical results. Bye for now.